Hey guys, it is Nick here with another Nick's Topics Dragon Ball What If topic video for today. And today we are getting into part 3 of What If Giran Became a Z Fighter. Now, if you've been paying attention to the story thus far, you realize that Giran so far has been a pretty valuable team member and is very close to Goku in strength. Last time, we left off with the introduction of the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament, or 22nd Budokai, whatever you want to call it, and the entrance to Tien, Chaozu, and Master Shen. Basically, the Tien Shenhan saga. Now, the entrance to it, besides Giran being there, goes per normal, with the matches sort of going normal at first. Tien beating Yamcha, Jackie Chun beating Manwolf, Krillin beating Chaozu with a bit more easiness this time because Krillin's a little bit stronger, and Goku beating Pamput. Now, sort of like what I did with Hercule in my What If Hercule Was a Z Fighter, I'm going to put Giran entering the second round, fighting against Tien, because I find this the most agreeable option for the odd amount of participants instead of even amount. Now, onto the matchup itself, it's actually a much better one than you would expect. See, with Giran being around Goku and such, granted he wasn't with him since the beginning, as Hercule was, but he was already stronger than Hercule to begin with, which means that by this point, with him even doing the whole sacred water test, even if he's a tiny bit weaker than Tien, he's still able to hold him down and injure him thanks to his gum and his superior, moveset. Tien does have crafty moves, which sort of throws Giran off guard, but you gotta think about Giran's moveset in of itself, even if it's just the gum that we've seen. Now, all of Tien's moves basically backfire, and he is left trying to use his Tri-Beam attack. You would think that this would work, but remember, Giran has wings. He can just avoid the blast. So, Giran avoids the blast and knocks Tien out. Now, Krillin would then fight Jackie Chun. Now, this match would go sort of how it went whenever Krillin fought Jackie Chun for the first time, except with Krillin being stronger gives Jackie Chun a much better fight. And Jackie Chun complements this because everyone knows that he's Roshi by this point in the story. That would leave the next match consisting of Goku fighting against Giran. Basically, their next rematch, because remember they matched once, and then they had a rematch at Kame House. Now this would be their third match. Now, Goku is very excited to be fighting Giran again, because this is where he met Giran and got a friendship with him in the first place. And Giran reciprocates, because if it weren't for Goku, he'd probably just be a weakling, honestly. He'd just be nothing, like he was in the original story. Anyway, we get on to the fight, which is sort of even at first, because the two they know each other's moves. But as soon as Goku starts getting serious, Giran is put on the back foot. But it is a great fight nonetheless. It's much longer than the fight they got whenever they first met in the 21st Budokai. But Goku ultimately gets the victory, with him being very proud of how Giran's progressed. And the final match would be him and Jackie Chun. This would be the second time that Goku and Jackie Chun had fought. And since Goku knows that Jackie Chun's Roshi, Roshi throws the fight, knowing how strong Goku is and how strong he's gotten, and figure he'll give him the win this time, because he won against him in the last tournament. The tournament ends, but no one is safe yet, for they all come to see that a weird green-winged creature has just slain Krillin. Now, Giran wants to go along with Goku to find the assailant because he has gotten pretty close with them as well. He's pretty angry about this too. He's not as close as Goku is with Krillin, but he knew him from whenever Goku was off on his own adventures fighting against the Red Ribbon Army, so he wants to go too. Goku respects this and knows that Giran has at least a good connection with the group, especially Krillin now. So the two of them go off, and they come face to face with King Piccolo's henchman, Tambourine. And Giran actually wants to be the first one to test Tambourine's power. Now, if you guys remember from the original story, Giran was able to at least get Tambourine in his Go-Go Gum for a little and land a blow, but he was killed rather easily. But this time, we have a much stronger Giran. So, Giran is actually strong enough to give Tambourine somewhat of a lasting fight, but it doesn't last long because Tambourine's just that little bit stronger. And I say little bit because Giran's close to Tambourine at this point, but not enough. Even the gum, which is even stronger than the original gum he used, isn't enough. And Goku has to be the one to step in and put Tambourine out of his misery. Now, even though Goku's hungry right now, because he was in the original part of the story, even though that's the case, Tambourine's much more worn out thanks to his fight with Giran. So, Tambourine is defeated. Now, since Goku is hungry and Giran takes him away to try and find some fish or something, and he's kind of hungry too, they still meet Yajirobe, and that whole spiel goes down per normal, except with this time, Giran being there, Yajirobe wanting to eat him and everything, them trying to have to sort that out, and because, yeah, Giran looks like a monster. Well, he is a monster, but you guys get the point. Anyways, with King Piccolo finding out the death of Tambourine, he is then forced to pull out another egg consisting of Symbol and tells him that he needs to take over the stead of killing the Earthlings in Tambourine's place and not to botch it up like Tambourine. Now, Symbol eventually finds the three warriors, and Giran wants to fight Symbol alone this time. He wants to be the one to beat him. He didn't get his chance with Tambourine, but he wants to get it with him. And Symbol is weaker than Tambourine, as Dragon Ball sources have stated, and power levels and such back when power levels were relevant, so Giran easily defeats Symbol, bringing out King Piccolo, him being very angry and surprised that a beast like this, whom he could have thought of using for his plans to go world domination, and a kid and a swordsman defeated his top two minions. So now he has to get his hands dirty. And with Giran being there, I bet that Roshi would put his faith in Goku, Giran, and Yajirobe. I don't think there would be any ceiling of King Piccolo in this time. Now, Goku finishes the fight with a hole through King Piccolo's chest. And this is old King Piccolo, not young King Piccolo. Piccolo Jr. is still born, but it's a bit more strenuous for old King Piccolo because he's old. Getting the egg out takes a lot more effort. And then Shenron is summoned and brings Krillin and any other martial artist that may have passed back to life. And the story of King Piccolo's arc comes to an end, but not so. You see, Korin, as a reward to Goku and Giran for defeating King Piccolo, for the moment, because they don't really have any idea about the egg yet, grants Goku and Giran access to the Ultra Divine Water. So Giran gets the upgrade too, along with Goku, which is going to mean a lot later on. And then Korin lets them in on the secrets of Mr. Popo and the Guardian of Earth, and that they can get even more training than they already have, exciting both of them, especially Giran. Mr. Popo would then come down and meet the two, training them, and once they are finally ready for admittance, he then introduces them to the Guardian of Earth, Kami. Kami then steps out, and Goku and Giran, they're having a little bit of deja vu right now. How will they solve this? Well, that's where we're going to be leaving the story for the moment. So, what did you guys think of this part? What do you think is going to happen later on down the line now that Giran has the Ultra Divine Water alongside of Goku? Do you think the Piccolo Jr. is still going to be a problem, or do you think it will be nothing at all? Leave a thought down below, and I will see you guys next time.